Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do our August the 18th Spiritual Principle a Day in a meditation. I hope you're doing well out there. It's good to be with you. The title of the meditation is Perseverance Pays Off. Perseverance Pays Off. I am in a very loud atmosphere, so I do ask for your forgiveness as I proceed. Hopefully, the background noise is silenced a bit. Caring for our spiritual condition is like cleaning the house. If we want the benefit, the work must be ongoing. What a statement. It's taken from Living Clean book, chapter 1, A Vision of Hope. We experience peace of mind and freedom when we consistently work on our spiritual fitness. We get in a groove of daily inventories, prayer, and meditation, and helping other addicts. The results are obvious, and it feels great to be comfortable in our own skin, connected to a higher power and to others in recovery. It's a beautiful thing until we sabotage it. Just as it's easier to keep a home tidy after we've done a thorough cleaning, steady work on our recovery yields consistently good results. And yet, it's so flippin' easy to skip our daily inventory. And before we know it, several days or weeks or months have passed. It's no surprise when we lose perspective on our lives and our lives, excuse me, become unmanageable again. We sit down reluctantly and recommit to our 10th step. A sense of relief returns. Maybe next time we'll only wait a few days before we sit down to write progress. We may not be hardwired to persevere, but we get better at it with practice. We can start again at any time. We don't need to devolve into a state of desperation before we reach for solutions. Today, we can be inspired to do the work of ongoing recovery. We notice the sense of ease we enjoy when we stay immersed in the process. We put one foot in front of the other and persevere. Each of us develops a routine that works for us, built from the suggestions shared in the experience of others. When I see a member struggling, I always tell them that my best days start with a quick prayer before my feet hit the floor, one member shared. Another shared about their eclectic approach to meditation. A couple of deep breaths in the shower or a long walk after dinner does it for me. The trick is sticking with it. And when that falls, excuse me, and when that fails, getting back to it. I will evaluate my spiritual condition today. Am I getting the results I want from my current routine? Or is it time for a spiritual deep cleaning? Beautiful meditation. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of Serenity prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today. Please and thank you. Love that prayer. When I think about it, the wisdom to know the difference, it's very important for me to understand, for me to understand that every day is not going to be a perfect day, right? Every day is not going to be a perfect day, but there are some things that I can do, right? There are some things that I have courage to be able to do, right? With working with that prayer. And some of those things involve step writing work. That's very important for me to be able to do my step writing. It's very important for me to do my 10th step, right? That's part of step writing, right? To be able to do my 10th step on a daily basis, to take that inventory, to figure out where some of my old behaviors might be trying to work themselves back into play and be able to kind of crush them, stop them in their tracks and say, you know what? You're not going to be vindictive today. You're not going to be judgmental today. You did that earlier today and it didn't feel good. You carried that weight around with you. You ended up having to call the person and tell them that you felt, bad about cutting them off and that you were being judgmental and didn't really want to hear what they had to say, but you appreciate what they said and you're taking it into consideration, and so those kind of actions, right? When we make prompt amends, sometimes those kind of things come out of our 10th step, right? They come out of that and it makes it a little bit uncomfortable for you, right? It makes it uncomfortable for me, to have to, admit that I was wrong in a certain area, but cleanse my conscience by trying to free up that space between me and that other person so that we can continue to enjoy what I would consider, a beautiful relationship. So the 10th step is very helpful, right? And after you've gone through, these steps, going back through them becomes a bit more easier, little less involved, especially if we're applying the spiritual principles from those steps in our daily lives. That step 12 talks about being able to apply these spiritual principles in all of our affairs. Now, just take a second and think about what that means. If everything that comes up in your day to day life, you are on a spiritual plane of applying some spiritual principle to the situation, even if it's not the best situation, but you are looking for the best outcome, you're looking to apply the spiritual principles of forgiveness, right? Of honesty. Just think about that. A day in your life where everything that you encountered, you actually were able to walk it out with spiritual principles. Now, think about that perfect day, because that's what that would be, right? It would be the most beautiful day where you can say, you know what? I don't owe anybody anything. I don't owe anyone an apology. I don't owe them anything because of being able to apply these spiritual principles in all my affairs. Deep, go ahead. I want you to breathe that in. Breathe deeply and think about what that would be, where no one was upset with you. You didn't cut anyone off. You were not vindictive. You spoke the truth in love, right? How much peace would I be able to have if I could have more and more and more and more days like that? That's what doing the step writing work allows you to do with the sponsor. It allows you to cleanse everything that's in your spiritual house. And then now, as you go through your day to day life, you realize that the kitchen is completely wiped down clean, right? So when you go in there into this kitchen, spiritual kitchen, if you will, you're not cleaning everything. You might have to clean the counter, the surface, but the deep cleaning has been done in your life. I'm using the kitchen, I could use the bathroom, but the whole house has deeply been cleaned. Your spiritual house has been cleaned. So any area of your house that you're going into spiritually doesn't require all of that deep work. Now, does it ever get away from you? Do you ever look up and find that you haven't done hardly any cleaning? Yes, it does. It happens. But I guarantee you, the stuff that you find yourself cleaning up after you've gone through the 12 steps and the traditions, right? You find yourself having to clean up less and less and less and less. And you're living a life that is happy, joyous, and free, which is what I want for you. Okay. So I want for you to be thinking about this meditation and applying it. Take the example here of house cleaning and apply it to your spiritual working of the steps. Okay. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today, and I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose. You deserve it.